Bonjour et bienvenue sur un nouvel épisode de On peut le dire. Aujourd'hui, on parle de syllabes en français, syllables in French. I'm going to keep things as simple as I can. The goal of this video is just to set into the series to help you sound more fluent. It's not in order to help you be a brilliant linguist and think about the theory of a syllable. That would be too complicated, so we'll keep it simple. So what's a syllable? A syllable is a unit of sound which is organized around a core vowel phoneme. So in French, typically you have a vowel phoneme, then you may or may not have consonants that go with it, and that creates a syllable. We have two main types of syllables. So first, let's look at open syllables. They end with a vowel phoneme. It could be a pattern that goes consonant vowel. So I've put 3 examples up, and the one I forgot to put up is if it's only a vowel. So you can have a syllable which is literally just a vowel phoneme. For example, when you say the number 1 in French, un, that's a syllable, and it's only a nasal vowel phoneme. But you can also have a consonant vowel organization or structure for a syllable. So on the slide you can see I've got 3 examples. So I've got the example word du, which I'm now highlighting in blue because it's masculine. We have the consonant sound d and the vowel sound u. The vowel sound u is the core of that syllable, but when you say du, 1 beat, 1 syllable, du, and that's an open syllable because u is the last sound and it's a vowel. I've also put the word la. It's both the word and an open syllable. La, we start with the consonant sound l and we end with a vowel sound a, la. So that's an open syllable. That means the feminine, du meant some masculine. And then we're going back to some masculine with the syllable / word mon. So here, this one was to show you that sometimes you have a consonant written at the end of your syllable and it still will be an open syllable because the N here, the final N, isn't actually part of a consonant phoneme. It's part of the nasal on sound. So we still have a M consonant, on vowel. Therefore, this is an open syllable. The other type of syllables, you've probably guessed, is a closed syllable. So these will end with a consonant phoneme. So you might have a pattern that goes consonant, vowel, consonant, or you might have vowel, consonant. So I've put 2 examples here. We've got the word / syllable sur, which is a preposition. It means on top of something, sur. Or it can mean about, un livre sur les animaux, a book about animals. So sur, we start with the consonant s, then u, vowel, and then consonant r, so sur. We also have another feminine word / syllable, elle, and this time we start with the vowel sound e and we end with the consonant l and l. So therefore, sur and elle are both closed syllables. At the moment, this isn't too important, but when we start looking into liaison and words interacting together in a paragraph or in a sentence, it becomes helpful to be aware of that difference. So that's why I'm addressing it here. So, little test to see how you've remembered that. So, open or closed, we're going to have a bunch of syllables coming up, and I'm going to say them out loud, and you need to decide if we hear a vowel sound last, then that's an open syllable. If you hear a consonant sound last, then it's a closed syllable. So that's your little activity now. So let's listen and see. Le. La. Mon. Mère. Chat. Chien. Rouge. Noir. Now let's see if I can write a clearish O or C next to each for the correction. In my school, we correct in green, so I'm going to use green for the correction. So le, hopefully you figured out it was an open syllable. Le, we end with a vowel e. La, open. La, end with a. Mon, open, end with on. Mère, that was closed. Mère, we end with a r consonant sound. Closed. That's a rubbish C. Chat, open. Chat, open. Chien, open. Rouge, closed, because we ended with a consonant j sound. And noir, closed. We ended with a r consonant sound. Okay, hopefully you did okay with that. If not, and if you still struggle with open and closed syllables, please feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can make some more activities like that. And let's move on. How do we count syllables in French? The easiest way I can see of explaining it is simply one beat, one syllable, or one vowel, phoneme, one syllable. Where it gets tricky is when people speak, they might drop some written vowels, and when we do poetry and songs, you might sometimes drop certain syllables and sometimes you don't. So the way that we count the beat will be a bit dependent on who is actually speaking out loud. But it's quite helpful to see it as one vowel phoneme is one syllable, and if you're listening to people speak, you can sort of follow the beat. How many beats do we get when they speak? So let's experiment. How many syllables do you hear for each of those words? Bonjour. 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 2 syllables. Bonjour. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. So this one's tricky. It could be said a different way, but I'm saying it in the way I would in normal life. So that would be au revoir, 2 syllables. Au revoir. Au revoir. 2 closed syllables I'm doing. While bonjour was bon, open, jour, closed. You could also arguably say au revoir, au revoir, au revoir. But I rarely do that in daily life. Chat. 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 1 syllable. Cheval. 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 2 syllables. That's one that, depending on context, might be squashed. There's another word. Might be shrunk into 1 syllable. Cheval. Depending on context again. So, à cheval. On horseback. À cheval. The word cheval ends up being just 1 syllable. But here I said it properly. So cheval. 2 syllables. D'habitude. 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 3 syllables. That means usually. I forgot to translate the others. Bonjour is hello, au revoir is goodbye, chat is cat, and cheval is horse. And d'habitude, usually. Next word means thank you, and that's merci. Merci. Merci, 2 syllables. Normalement means normally. Normalement. 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 Again, this could be said in 4 syllables. Normalement, but most people will say normalement. We will drop the middle E. Un, which means 1. Un. Un. 1 syllable. Un. 23. 23. That means 23. 23. 23. 2 syllables. 23. Okay? So that's it for syllables in French. I hope this helped. Please don't come into the comments and say, oh, that's not how syllables work, or, you know, it's not based on vowels. I know it's a tricky subject, but if we want to keep things simple and just in order to help us speak French in a natural way, then that's probably enough. We don't need to go further. If you have any questions, do let me know. After this video has gone out, when I get a chance, I will record another one on the word stress. I momentarily forgot what was coming next. Word stress. So we'll need to be aware of syllables and vowel phonemes to be able to do the word stress properly. Once we've done word stress, we'll look at how to say phrases, putting the stress in the right place, and then sentences, and then paragraphs, and it's going to be all cool. but this is where we are now. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't hesitate to give it a like. Don't hesitate to share it out wide to people that are learning French. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and have yourselves, plural, a lovely day. And don't forget, on peut le dire. Ciao!